Yeah, so my name is Tayler. I'm 14, live in Cardiff in Wales. I like skateboarding, BMXing, mucking around outside, drawing, playing on my Xbox, just reading as well, And in the future, I think I'd like to start in the police service in armed response. Throughout my life, I kind of knew I was kind of different. I never really identified with the girls, like playing all the games and stuff. I was always, playing out with the boys, playing football and wrestling. And I kind of just knew that I was different, I think, when I was, 10 or 11. Everything kind of in my head just kind of clicked. A lot of more things just made sense to me. And I knew that I wasn't supposed to be a girl, and that I was actually supposed to be a boy. And my family have been really supportive. They're all behind me. They all support my transition and everything. And they all just love me. January this year, I started on the treatment of hormone blockers, which just stops all of the hormones and everything going through. I have to take them every 4 weeks, and it feels so much better now because you feel like you've kind of stopped, and that means you can carry on as yourself and you don't have to go through all the things that biological females would have to. I have to be taking the hormone blockers for another 2 years now until I turn 16, and then I get to go on with my choice of whether I want to start taking testosterone or not, which I think I will. And I think I'm going to be a lot happier once my voice lowers and start with facial hair and body hair. Last year, Fox came down to Wales to see us, and he came into my school with the LGBT. After I'd said that I would, he told the whole school about me and what I was going through and how I was feeling, and it was amazing because then everyone kind of knew, but I didn't have to be worried about going up there and saying it myself. It was really good. It felt just suddenly you just kind of a huge weight off your shoulders of kind of trying to conceal something. When I first told my mum, I kind of told her that I knew that something was different and that I'd never really felt like a girl, and I told her that I felt like I was in the wrong body and I wasn't supposed to be in this body. And she was we both cried when I told her because it's so emotional and kind of figured it out. But she was immediately supportive. She immediately wanted to go to the GP and find out what we could do to kind of help me feel more comfortable. With my sister, because she's 6, she really kind of didn't really care. It was only a month, a month and a half before she properly, just started no mistakes, knowing who I was. My only worries and concerns for the future for myself are kind of the time that it takes to get through the stuff, and then surgery as I get older, and what that's going to involve and how much it's going to cost and stuff. Yeah, I do feel worried sometimes that because I'm transgender and stuff, that will affect my relationships and stuff. I would like a girlfriend, but it's kind of hard, and you kind of feel out of place, especially at this age. I would like one, but it's kind of how, when, what, why, who.
I'm Taylor's mum, Rachel. At the moment we're in Abergavenny, which is where my mum and my stepdad live, and this is kind of our unofficial retreat. When Tayler first told me that he felt like a boy trapped in a girl's body, I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought that I just had a bit of a tomboy And because I hadn't forced the gender roles on him, even though I tried a little bit at the beginning, obviously I wanted a little bit of a Barbie to play with. You know, I tried to dress him in dresses and he was really disgusted and looked at me like, ugh, I'm not wearing that. And then he said to me when he was about 3 or 4, I'm only going to wear trousers, I'm never going to wear a skirt. And then eventually he asked to have his hair cut, and after a little while I was like, okay, even though he had the most beautiful curly golden hair, didn't you? So I had to let go of my ideas about who I thought my child was going to be and accept who he actually was. Having a response to it, an emotional response to finding out that your child feels so unhappy in the body that they were born into, it's natural that you feel extremely distressed. I think the only thing that I tried to do was never show Tayler that I felt like that, and keep positive and calm for him, because I thought he's distressed enough. The last thing he needs is for me to be distressed as well. And then we just found out as much as we could about it in our own time. My job as a mum is not to tell my children who they are, it's to support them in fully being themselves, and only they know who that is. I feel, you know, when I think about Tayler, I feel massively proud of him. We've gone on this journey together in so many ways, and I feel hugely proud of him. But then when I think about it, the things that I'm proud of him for are not really to do with his gender anyway. Because the other thing to remember, I think, is that when your child changes gender, it's that they're not changing gender but becomes the gender that who they really are, then the person's the same. It's still the same person in the house with you. It's still T, whether it's Tia or Tayler.